Hello my darlings, welcome back to another video. We're still in our shopping secrets series, and this time I'm joined by my good friend Delores. Say hello, Delores. Oh, hello. And we're gonna talk about why you can't trust her. She's a sneaky little vixen. So let's get started. Now, my friend Delores here has been used for a very long time to display clothing in pretty much every store. And there's some version of her full body, just a torso. Delores here is only a torso. And the reason you can't trust Delores, well, there are many. First of all, Delores is made to mimic the ideal body type for clothing manufacturers. And that body type is not the majority, or like almost all women do not fit the body type of a mannequin. Supermodels fit the body type of a mannequin much more closely. Mannequins tend to be around 5'7" and somewhere between a size 2 and a 4. Depending on the store. And while lately I have seen in some stores larger, more normal sized mannequins, which is quite refreshing actually. For the most part, what you're going to find will be Delores. The second reason you can't trust Delores is the way that Delores and her friends are dressed is trickery. There's no other way to put it. It is just plain trickery. When I was in retail, I feel like there was, or should have been, an entire handbook of ways to manipulate the clothing to create the illusion that we were after so that you would see an ideal look we were going for. So we're gonna change Delores here, and I'm gonna show you why you can't trust pretty much anything you see on Delores. Now, with Delores fully dressed here, you can see she's pretty uninspiring. Her shirt is way too big, the skirt is too big, the sweater is just bleh. What we would then do from this point is employ a variety of styling techniques. So we would, roll up sleeves. We're gonna do some interesting tucking at the waistline here, add some accessories, and give you a finished product. Now let's take a look at Delores. She looks pretty good, I think, if you ask me. And what we had to do to get her to look this good was use a binder clip over here to hold the skirt. So there's a little clippy here. We have pins here, and one in the back, up in the neck here, to hold the sweater in place so that the neckline fits at a proper dimension and it's not, making her a loose woman of the night, as my grandmother would say. We had to employ a rubber band over here to keep the sleeve up because the shirt is too big. And then it also had to be pulled in around the back. And ever delicately, it came undone. And ever so delicately tucked. Normally I would use a pin to hold this. And actually here. So to be pinned in the back so that it forms like a fitted silhouette in the front. So from the front side, Delores looks like a pretty styling woman. She knows how to wear her hat. She knew she needed a necklace to fill in some interest here because her top was plain. She has, a fairly simple pattern on the skirt and the bottom, and she's got her bag. Everything looks pretty coordinated, but because nothing was the actual size to fit her, which is really common in stores, everything had to be rigged and pinned and pulled in to create the illusion of one, a fitted garment, and two, the overall style that we were going for, the unusual tucking, the pulling it tighter, and you never really get a true representation of how the garment fits because the mannequins are so disproportionate to regular human beings. They're super tall and super thin, and nothing about them, unless you are lucky enough to be the same size and height as a mannequin, is going to translate directly to you. So you have to be very careful when you're looking at mannequins for inspiration on how to wear something or how it should fit, because it was an extremely common practice to size up for the oversized look or to size down and manipulate it so that it looked like it fit properly, but it actually didn't. Okay, the $1 million question. Now, how is this useful information for you? So, first of all, Delores, don't look to her for style and fit advice because she is so atypical, it's not going to work for you. You really need to know 2 basic things to get yourself through a shopping experience without succumbing to the hocus pocus voodoo that Delores has weaved with her pins and rubber bands. The first thing is your body type, and the second are your measurements, which would determine your body type. So having those 2 pieces of information, you can go in, and I did talk about this in a much earlier video about how to shop like a stylist. So you can go back and watch that one and learn these tips that I'm about to talk about. But I talk about measuring garments with a measuring tape to your body measurements, because no 2 stores have exactly the same fit. So if you shop at one store for a very long time and you go to another store, knowing how those garments are going to fit your particular body type, you may not be very well versed. So if you have your measuring tape and you're going into a store for the first time, or even if you're going into a store you're used to, you can use it to measure garments and see how they are going to see how they're going to compare to your body measurements and get a mental image of how it should fit and drape over your own silhouette. And then also knowing how to style certain pieces, silhouette items, etc., which we cover all of this, the body, the measurements, the shopping, all of that. If you go through my total transformation process, you can DM me or click the link in my bio and sign up for one of those. They're like 30 minutes. That's all we talk for. And, I just give you some really good advice and what I can see from where you're at and how the process is really going to help you sort through all these issues. So when you're out shopping, Miss Delores isn't going to cast her voodoo spell over you and lure you into this illusory world where you think everything she's wearing is going to look amazing on you, because that's not always the case, since she's made of pins, rubber bands, and lies. So my darlings, from now on, I need you to, 1, know the name of the garment that you're looking for. Refer to last week's video, number 1 in the shopping series. 2, know your body shape and your measurements, so you know how garments fit you when you're in the store, and that way you won't succumb to Delores back there, who is trying to trick you. And number 3, I will also need you to mind your style. Till next time, my darlings. Bye.